printing out our templates for the fussy cut templates for our kaleidoscope block. We have a pair of templates, and we have a test square. That's just to make sure that we've printed out at the right scale. We have a pair to make up the block, so it's a left and a right, or a bottom and a side, and they will eventually have some dots to match with 1, 2, 3, 4, and the panel in the block is a flip and fold. So it's a fold, fold. That makes half the kaleidoscope block. Our template, we've put a little bit of double-sided sticky tape within the seam allowances of our template. We've just used mounting tape called Stick It that we use in photography. Let's look at the elements of our fabric. We're going to have a piece of fabric big enough to actually give us our 8 flowers, which are the same direction. This one we've already looked at, and we're going to find that we've got some dots marked of the element, so as we can repeat this in each block and get the same flower in the same position. So we've got a bottom bud, a side bud, etc. So the bottom bud there, where my fingers are, and then we're matching up the side one on the right, and then that last one just means that it needs to be about 1/4 of an inch away from the leaf edge. We've got to try and make the elements sit in the same position on each of those templates because they are a right and a left. And we can do it, we just have to be very, very fussy about where we cut. So there we are, that we're looking for, where my tips of my fingers are, we're looking at making sure the dots match. The notes are a little bit more self-explanatory. I like to use a square edge or the edge of a ruler to actually cut along the edge of my templates. It just saves me from actually having wobbly lines, and also it saves me trimming off anything from my template, which I don't really want to do. So I'm just allowing for my 1/2 inch seam allowance. It's very rare that we actually do this in embroidery, but we're going to do this because we need to match points up, so it's best to have a system in place. So that's one template, and then the other one will be a little bit more internal. There we go there. So they are a pair. Being a bit fussy about where I cut, I'm not just cutting in from the selvage, because I'm going to need to get 8 flowers, which are exactly the same out of this yard of fabric. And that's going to be no mean feat. I think I get exactly 8 out of this. So it's not exactly an economical way of doing a block there, but it does give an amazing effect. Very much like the whack and stack sort of technique of that quilters use, or the stack and whack. There we are, so it's the flip and fold tunes. There's our 2 elements. They should be in the same position, even on different shapes. Let's start with our block. Let's put our batting down. Then trim our batting back to 1 to 2 millimeters from the stitching line, and then we're going to stitch out our placement lines. And this is going to be a little slightly odd for what we do normally in the hoop. So this is our shape, but it's also going to give us our seam allowance, so as we can use our template, or use the seam allowance on the template. So there's our shape. Now we've cut our fabric out so as it has that piece on it. Okay. We're just going to do the shape for our next piece. Right, so with our first, make sure it's the right piece. So our cut edge onto the edge of our stitching. So we're going to be stitching this so as it's stitching with the 1/2 inch seam allowance. So this is stitching anti-clockwise, which is not the desired way I like stitching there, but necessary on this particular piece. So we've got our seam allowance at the top there, which we need to trim off, our seam allowance along the edge here, which we need to trim off. Don't trim off anything else. The rest of it we need. And it doesn't have to be right back to the stitching, just 3 or 4 millimeters away from the edge. Right, now using that line again, this is going to be the flip and fold, using that line to line up the raw edge again, like we did before. Let's stitch that along there, and then we're going to flip the fabric up and stitch it down. You can already see that they are the same pattern flower in the same position, but in the different shapes of those templates. Let's just do our quilting fill, which is just very simple and straight line. For these sorts of things, you don't want to have busy designs. You want something which is going to hold the fabric into position, and something that allows your fussy cut to actually show through and be the star of the event. Less is more when it comes to these sorts of things. So we just need to trim off that top edge. Now it's just that top edge, not the very top edge, just that corner top edge. And we're just going to do our placement line for our corner piece. Hold that a little bit down, because powers the peanuts, it's going to actually fold over. Just did slightly. It's okay. 1/4 of an inch over our stitching line, our top corner piece. Let's do the stitch on, and then the flip and fold and the perimeter stitching. So that's the corner of our block done, and we're going to do our red work. Sometimes some stitching is just mesmerizing, and this particular one certainly is. There we go, our block is complete. So let's remove this, take our pins out, and trim our seam allowances back to our 1/2 inch, which they should be already. Now with printed fabric, as much as we like to say that the printed fabric is absolutely perfect, then when you come and do these fussy cuts with templates, you realise how not perfect it is, but that's fine. You just have to have a bit of creative leeway. There's our 4 blocks, which will create our kaleidoscope effect